All right, you are live.
It's already recording?
Well, yeah, because I don't have any other way to. So we just start whenever you want to just say, awesome,
Energy!
awesome,
Energy!
awesome energy.
Energy! What's up, guys? This is Essud, and I'm here with...
Yogi Kyle.
And today we're just gonna be talking a little bit about what is yoga. So, yeah, what is yoga?
That's a great question, Essud. I usually get confronted with folks who aren't familiar with yoga, and they immediately assume that yoga is flexibility.
Yes, they do seem that. And it's much more than that, isn't it?
In my experience, yes, yoga is by far more than just flexibility, but it's flexibility beyond the body. It's flexibility as well as in the mind, right? So yoga, at least when I try to explain it to folks, is yes, yoga is in part going to result maybe in some flexibility, but that's not the practice of yoga. So if we were to maybe go back and study some texts, some yoga texts, we would eventually come to understand that yoga simply means finding our essence, coming into the knowledge and the realization of our essence in the present moment. Or it could also be considered yoga as the process someone goes through to find this, inner essence of being.
Essence.
Energy.
Energy. Essence.
That is actually the essence of it all.
Yes, it is.
The energy.
Mm.
So, but
Deep.
yes. Powerfully deep.
Energy.
So when I get confronted with folks that assume that yoga implies a natural trait of physical flexibility, I'm often taken aback because I take for granted rather, my years of studying yoga. I have to remember that when I first started thinking about yoga, I thought that it was just an athletic practice. People are, stretching and just breathing. And when I first tried some yoga practices, it was hard because I was doing CrossFit at the time.
Yeah.
So I was fully involved in physical fitness that caused the body to be tight. So these yoga poses seemed inaccessible. But fortunately for me, I also had a very curious and keen mind to explore that inner self. And I think that's what certainly helped propel me deeper onto the yoga path. So I would imagine that an individual to really get involved in yoga is going to be on some level desirous to know about themselves, and that could be just a physical side of things. So, for example, the people that are confronted with the yoga practice and they're like, oh, I'm not flexible, I can't do yoga. Maybe they're just not ready to know their physical self. They're just not ready to confront maybe some of the stuff that they've been doing to themselves that contribute to their inflexibility, or their inflexible position in life.
Right. Interesting.
So, perhaps that's just where they are.
Right.
And I can say that as I've been a yoga instructor, and maybe you can also relate, Essud, is that when you're speaking with folks just getting onto the yoga path, or maybe even a couple years in, what brought them to yoga was again trying to identify something inside themselves. Right. It could have been like an emotional situation they were going through, and they were just trying to find their own peace and comfort through the meditative side of yoga. Or it could have been somebody that experienced maybe some back pain, injury, and they came to yoga looking for relief because the postures do provide strengthening as well as opening within our physical self.
Right.
So, but fundamentally, yoga is coming to know ourselves in whatever capacity that might mean to us as individuals. So, It might be that physical side of things for some folks, but also it may be a deeper emotional or spiritual side
Right.
that people are trying to connect with. So, in a roundabout way, what is yoga? Yoga is connecting with yourself. What that means is going to evolve and change as we get to know ourselves deeper.
Nice. Well said. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I mean, yoga can be many different things to many different people, and it's just basically like you said, connection with essence, and we just allow ourselves to experience. So whatever, if you're taking yoga, experience whether you're just taking some classes and taking power yoga, or if you're taking yin or gentle or restorative, allow yourself to experience and to feel what's going on within the body, within the mind, so you can connect with what Kyle was saying about essence. So awesome, well said, and I hope you enjoyed this interesting conversation.
Potent. Power. Energy. Awesome.
Energy. So, thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.